All right, so Fired Up Fridays is now Fired Up Freedom. I just want to do a little bit of a recap of season one. It was amazing. I had so much fun, a lot of amazing guests, a lot of great conversation. It was really, really awesome. If you're someone who wants to have a growth mindset, if you're someone who wants to take action and go toward your goals, then Fired Up Freedom is great for you. It doesn't matter if your goal is financial or personal. And now that we're moving into season two, we're going to be talking a lot of different things surrounding freedom. Do you ever look for certain services or products and it's just hard to find and you want to know if someone else has used that before? Well, visit my resources page, steveryan.com/resources, steveryan.com/resources. Well, hello there, family. You're listening to Fired Up Freedom with Steve Ryan. Fired Up Freedom. All right. All right. Welcome to Fired Up Freedom, which used to be Fired Up Friday. Now, we're on season one, episode 16. I had to double check. So we're on season one, episode 16. And in this episode, I have a conversation with Dyl. Dyl is a platinum selling artist for the hit Jordan Belfort. And he's big into the music NFT space. And he's doing a lot of things. He's definitely a true hustler. He's definitely on his grind. And let me tell you, he have that same energy in person as he does virtually. So shout out to Dyl. Coming up, you're about to hear his take on what he's doing, what he has going on. It's going to be awesome. All right. So see you in this episode coming up. It's about to play shortly. All right. This is Fired Up Freedom with Steve Ryan. Take care. Fired Up Friday is now Fired Up Freedom. All right. Welcome to Fired Up Friday.
Hey, let's go.
Got my man Dyl in the house.
What up? It's your boy Dyl coming at you from Philly, man. How's it going, Steve?
All right. How about you today? I'm on the West Coast out here.
Good, man. Yeah, good. I just got back from Nashville actually over the weekend. So it was a good time. And now I'm back to the NFT grind, preparing for NFT NYC event next week in New York. So it's going to be great, man. I'm just really excited about music NFTs as well. That's what I'm living and breathing right now.
Yes, sir. Trust me, conversations every day about it.
Yeah, man,
cool. It's so addictive. It's hard to just put down. It's like, dang, I don't want to do nothing else but just this.
I know, man. We're really grinding and creating the future of this industry, though, right now. Like, we're laying the groundwork, right? So it is kind of like this, almost like a pressure to just like get out there and do something because the time is now, right?
Yeah. And so for people who don't know who you are, like, you want to just let us know like who you are?
Yeah, well, my name is Dyl. I'm just a guy from Philly who likes to make music and have a good time. And hopefully we can change the world too with these NFTs and basically make independent artists have the ability to have creative and financial freedom, right? It's about really letting artists figure out how to put their own work out there, and they can maintain ownership of their music, but still get paid and get the funding to do the stuff we all want to do, right? Make music videos, be able to throw live events, be able to have a community of fans who support your work. So what we're doing with NFTs is kind of creating a new way to engage your audience and to bring people in. And ultimately, we're going to reward the fans who really, really believe in us, right? Because it's the fans who believe in us that buy the NFTs, and then long term they get rewarded in so many different ways. And who knows, maybe they sell that NFT one day, buy something nice for themselves, or take a vacation. It's about creating value for your audience with the music, and with your music career, right? I'm basically putting my artist career on the line for this crypto and NFT stuff. And I've got a lot of history behind it, and a kind of an interesting story that brought me here. But ultimately, now it's time that artists take the power back from the labels, and take the power back from all the Spotify's and Apple Music of the world. And we're just kind of flipping the industry the other way now. So I think these NFTs are going to help artists not only get funding, but then break into the mainstream and break into the radio and the Spotify and Apple and YouTube. So it's a big vision we have here.
Oh, that's what's up. So for people who don't know, because there's a lot of people who don't know what NFTs are,
Yeah.
and one of my goals is to learn as much as I can and then break it down to people like it's so simple that like even a kindergarten can understand it. So like what would you say for somebody who's just coming on board and like, what is this? What's going on?
Yeah. So, all right, I would start with this. Okay.
Mhm.
Take the experience of going to the store and buying a collectible vinyl or a CD or even a piece of merch from your favorite artist, right? Let's talk about the vinyl, because it's kind of similar to that. It's like you go into the record store and maybe you buy a vinyl of your favorite artist. And we can even talk about today, these days, when you go buy that collectible vinyl of like The Weeknd or of Drake or of whatever artist you want, you can go buy vinyls for a lot of those artists right now. I was actually in a record store in New Jersey recently, and I saw that they had vinyls for like Juice World and Mac Miller and all these. And I thought about it. I'm like, wow, the reason you buy that is interesting. Maybe you want to use it to listen to the vinyl, sure. Maybe one day it becomes valuable as a collectible. And so the NFTs are really interesting because they kind of solve this problem of being able to sell that at some point in the future. Because NFTs are kind of like the digital version of a collectible vinyl, but then they have a marketplace attached, so you can trade it and buy and sell it, kind of like a video game, right? But it's connected to the real world. So the way that I see it is, this is the new way that people are going to buy into artists and basically invest in their future. And then it's kind of like making a bet on that artist, right? You give that artist the funding they need, and if they go on and do something amazing, then you win your bet, and you'll be able to either sell that or use it for something awesome in the future. But most of all, it's about allowing the fans to support the artists they like, and then the fans can get rewarded for that, right? If you're supporting the right artists who are doing something special and you support them early, you're going to win in the long run by taking that position, right? You're going to win by putting some of your Ethereum or Solana or any of these cryptocurrencies, right? Because ultimately you have to buy the NFTs with cryptocurrencies. So it does take a little bit of knowledge. You're going to have to learn how to use cryptocurrency a little bit, but artists can tap into this world of finance on the internet, and they can tap into this type of new money that you get through the internet, and you can get through your fans and through the NFT world, right? So it's not about just tapping into your audience and having a big audience. It's about tapping into the NFT world to get the funding you need for your music.
Wow. Yeah, because I know my first NFT experience was actually buying your Crypto Rich.
I really appreciate that, man. Steve, you're the man. I appreciate that. Shout out to you. I mean, that's what I tried to do, is because, all right, you bought my Crypto Rich trading card. I'm glad you did that. And it was at 0 Ethereum to mint. So you still had to pay some gas fee. But I wanted to make an NFT that was something that was inexpensive and fun, so that people could have that experience of collecting their first NFT with me. Because I realized that my VIP NFTs, even though they come with all this stuff that you want with a music NFT, like live shows and physical merch, and I even send you a collectible vinyl like we were just talking about, a real physical one in the mail, right? So you get all of that stuff with the NFT, but that's why it comes with a higher price. I mean, right now it's at a half an Ethereum, which is these days almost $2,000. So not everyone has that much to put in, especially not at first. So I'm glad you like the trading cards. I'm glad I put those out because it allows a first time collector to get a piece of crypto rich rather than having to put in like $2,000. Most people don't want to spend that much on their first NFT, unless there's some kind of a Bitcoin or Ethereum whale and they've been in this market for years. I mean, most people are definitely new to NFTs and looking to support artists. So for me as an artist, I'm like, I better have something out there so that people can support me, because there's going to be people who see my vision and they want to support, and I want them to feel like there's something for them.
Yeah, that really, really, my eyes were already open, but that just busted it way, 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 way. Because now it's like, go Dyl, go. I mean, it was already rooting for you already, but now it's like, yeah, 200 million streams ain't enough. Let's get you to 1 billion
Let's
streams.
go, man. Well, here's the thing. I say this also. I think that's going to happen. The thing is, Jordan Belfort's at like 150 million on Spotify. It continues to get a couple million per month. And so I see that as just a giant funnel that's bringing people into crypto music and NFTs. So as that song continues to grow, maybe one day it does hit 1 billion. But a lot of those people are going to come to my profile and see my first album. Right now, it's my only album, Crypto Rich. So I really had a big single, and the record label kind of got in early on me, and I didn't get a great deal in the long run. The record label made millions off that song, whereas I only made a small portion of that through the royalties. So I had that experience with my first big hit, and now it's all about, what I learned through that process. So, I've had great opportunities. I'm blessed to be in the position I am. I did make a little bit of money off the song, but it's not as much as I need and as much as I feel like I should have gotten, because if we would have stayed independent, the song probably still could have got 50% as big, let's say, and we would have kept a lot more of that revenue to ourselves, to build our careers further and for our families, and just to do everything that we want to do for the future. So now it's about, all right, let's figure out how we can stay independent, own our work, and create new products that engage our fans, right? So that it's not only is it worth it for the fans, and not only can the fans get something in the future, as we continue to build this ecosystem, but they get stuff right now. It's like, you're getting stuff right now. And if all goes well, this NFT will also bring you hopefully a sale in the future. And that's why I tell people, hey, get a couple of my NFTs. Don't just get one, because then it's hard to figure out when to sell. If you get 2 or 3 or 4, it's easy to sell those on the way up and use it to do nice things. Like, I know that someone's going to have my NFT one day and they're going to sell it, and they're going to buy a car, or they're going to go on vacation, and they're going to do something dope with that money. But I also know that I'm going to plan exclusive events that people can come to and use their NFTs. So like, I'm already working on a yacht party in Miami, something I'm putting together. It might happen end of November. No promises yet, but we're working on different stuff. And if it doesn't happen this time, end of November, we're going to do a yacht party. We got to do a yacht party. You look at the Crypto Rich album cover, the deluxe, you see you got me on the front of a little boat there. So we got to do it. But the whole idea here is like, with NFTs, we can get a new level of funding. And I think with that new level of funding, me as an artist, I can use it however I want to plan awesome stuff for my fans and supporters. So when you don't have the whole corporate label and the whole Spotify and Apple Music, who are all taking money off the top, you can really do something special for your audience. So it's not about completely getting rid of Apple Music and Spotify and YouTube. We want to get music that's also available as an NFT to be really popular on those platforms. So what I'm doing is getting NFTs in the hands of a lot of collectors, and then the network effects from that are going to make my music blow up everywhere else too. YouTube, music videos, Spotify, all that stuff. I'm starting to see it. But yeah, I've already made a lot of music videos. So for my NFT collectors, I'm like, hey, go look at the music videos, see what I'm doing, see what I've proven already with my music. And that's what you're buying the NFT for, to help me continue to do that. I'm constantly improving, like working on my stuff, like I do a lot independently. So I just say, hey, check out my YouTube, and you can see a lot of where this funding's going. I have videos of me in the studio, like vlogs. I do all different types of content. But, you know, just got to keep going and keep building. And NFTs are allowing me to have a little more financial freedom. But, you know, I'm still not well funded, I would say. I've had some good sales with NFTs, but it's cost me money to make sales, and it's cost me a lot of time. I've been in NFTs now for almost a year, all day, every day on these Twitter spaces. But I think that it's all going to pay off as crypto music and NFTs becomes more mainstream and more popular for NFT collectors and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I have mad respect for you because like you genuinely want to help other artists come up, and that's pretty much like why we're even doing this. You know, this episode, we're going to do a lot. We talked about it before this episode. We're going to do a lot to bring information and walk people through how to do this and get more artists. So for you artists listening right now and watching right now, definitely stay tuned in. Definitely follow Dyl on Twitter. I think it's Famous Dyl. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
famous
his
Dyl
handle
on
right there.
Twitter. Follow me over there. Also, the Discord, Dilluminati Discord. You can see it in my Twitter bio, or just search Dilluminati. It's dilluminati.com. I have a custom Discord page where you come on and join the Discord. We're always talking about music NFTs and helping people learn. So anyone that sees this and they're interested, like, how do I get into NFTs? How do I learn more about that? You can hop in the Discord or hop on Twitter Spaces anytime, because we're always talking live, and Steve's in there all the time. We're talking live about this stuff. So, it's dope to just conversate and plan and build the future. But it's also about like getting more of this content out there recorded so that people can learn. And I really like what you've built, your platform, Steve. So to me, it's like, let's figure out how we can put some more YouTube videos out and help artists learn about the process. You know, maybe we do a few videos in a series and we walk artists through the basics of making a music NFT, and sort of lay a blueprint that other artists can learn the best ways to get started in the space. Because it's not actually that hard. It's not actually that complicated. You just have to learn some of the basics and then apply your knowledge, right? You can take the music you already have. You can take your friend's artwork or the artworks that you got from a graphic designer, because you've already done a lot of that for album covers, right? A lot of artists already do some of these things. So it's not really something that new. It's just applying knowledge that you already have to a new medium, right? The NFTs are your medium for selling the music. So back in the day, you know, you would take music and you have to sell it on paper. Literally, like as a composer, you sell music on paper for someone to play. Then we move forward, you got music on cassettes. Then you got music on CDs. Then you got all these different stages. Then you got streaming, and you're delivering the masters to Spotify and Apple Music. And so now you're taking those masters and you're also delivering them as an NFT product. So you got to learn the ins and outs of NFT products. You know, maybe in the last year or two, as an artist, you learned how to use TikTok. You had to learn how to record the video. You had to learn how to do a couple stupid dances. You had to learn how to do all these different skills, right? Now you got to learn how to be ready for NFTs, and you got to evolve with the ecosystem. So it's a new thing we're doing now. Now we're making NFTs, right? So it's just like it's not that much more complicated than learning Instagram or learning TikTok. You got to learn OpenSea. You got to learn MetaMask. There's a couple tools you need to learn. But once you learn those tools, then you'll be ready to release your music and tap into some of this funding. And hopefully you can get paid for your work. You just got to connect with people in the NFT community and learn more.
Absolutely. And, you know, and that's going to be good to walk them step by step, because before I knew about this stuff, it seemed like a mountain. But being who I am, I'm like, I'm just going to break that mountain up in pieces and then just boom, boom, boom. And MetaMask wasn't that hard. I mean, all they wanted to do is verify your identity so you can deposit more. You know, you can buy Ethereum off your debit card. It's that simple. It's not this big complicated thing. You just have to
that's
take
an
the time
easy way
to get
to do
used
it.
to it.
That's 100%. I know that's the easy way to do it right there. You got it. And it's like you can also go on to Gemini or Coinbase or one of these sites and just buy and send the Ethereum. It's not that much harder than sending an email or learning how to use a new app. You just have to kind of trust the process and give yourself time, right? Be patient with yourself. sit down and learn how to do this. Don't be afraid to watch YouTube videos. We all know YouTube University. That's where you go and get your top quality education, crypto education, 100% for free. Sponsored on a scholarship by your friend Dyl. I got you. YouTube University. It's all free. Just go learn right there. Look at that. I saved you tuition. I saved you crypto college tuition right there. But nah, for real, YouTube has so many guides that will help you learn how to get into crypto. I have one. It's called How to Use OpenSea. And listen to this, Steve. It's got like I put it on a side account, and I called it was really just like a side account. I called it Crypto Boy because I didn't want to post it with all my music videos and stuff. It's just a screen recording of how to use OpenSea. It has like almost 15K views in a couple months just from people clicking around, and I got like a couple hundred subscribers.
Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages.
Do you ever look for certain services or products and it's just hard to find and you want to know if someone else has used that before? Well, visit my resources page, steveryan.com/resources, steveryan.com/resources.
But yeah, this is really dope. I'm always trying to build the future of crypto music and NFTs. And so anyone can come just tap in on Twitter Spaces or on Discord. And I think that's what's really cool about this. Like, we're building our business and we're selling our music and we're learning all this together in real time. And so it's kind of removed all these boundaries that you used to see where like you could never get in touch with a music artist. I mean, we'll see what happens as time goes on, but I just think that there's always going to be a way to just tap in with artists, and the industry is changing now in front of our eyes.
Yeah. And so for anybody listening or watching, Dyl is the man. Like he definitely is, not only knows what he's talking about, but he also has a history outside of NFT that he's bringing to the NFT world. So we're going to be right back, and he's going to tell us about this Twitter thread that he posted and this Jordan Belfort. We'll be right back.
Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages.
Do you ever look for certain services or products and it's just hard to find and you want to know if someone else has used that before? Well, visit my resources page, steveryan.com/resources, steveryan.com/resources.
All right. We back from commercial break. So you did a Twitter thread recently, and it's very, very interesting. So you want to tell us a little bit about that? Or?
Yeah, well, first of all, definitely go check out the Twitter thread because I'll recap it here a little bit. But I think it really speaks to something important. And so you can check it out. It's pinned at the top of my Twitter. It will be for a little while. I got already a couple hundred likes in the first day. And I think that's really just a sign to what's coming. It's that a lot of people are really interested in music NFTs and how to build the future of this. So I had to first start out with a little bit of my backstory, right? Like, if you don't know me and you don't know where I come from, then it's hard to really take my word on music NFTs or understand. So it's a long read, but I appreciate anyone that goes and checks that out and really reads it, because it takes my backstory and it tells you a little bit about where I come from. And then it tells you also how to make music NFTs and my perspective, right? But I'm also not the NFT police. Like, I'm not in charge of music NFTs. I'm just an artist out here trying to make my music NFTs independently and do things the right way. Right. So I'm just kind of providing guidelines for artists getting into the space. So the first recommendation is follow me on Twitter and go read this thread yourself. But in that thread, I'm going to pull it up now. I touched on, I think it was 5 different important features for music NFTs. And there's also one thing that I really want people to understand about the music. It's that the music is the art, and it's okay if people experience that art for free, or if they listen to it on Apple or Spotify or YouTube. Of course you want to get paid as best as you can for people hearing your music, but ultimately you want the music to bring people to the NFTs. And I say that because a lot of people are trying to figure out, what do I get when I get the music NFT, or why would I get the music NFT? The music NFT is a deeper connection to the artist and a potential to get rewarded if they're really successful. So it's not the same as just necessarily buying a song, even though when you buy the NFT, you should get the song and be able to download the song. So it's like, I make the song available to you as an MP3. But at the same time, you're probably going to want to listen on Spotify or YouTube or Tidal or wherever pays me the best, because that's going to help me build my career and make your NFT more valuable in the future, right? So this is about supporting the artist in the best way you can. If you have a Tidal account, maybe you should listen on there because that pays better than Spotify or Apple. But at the end of the day, I want you to conveniently access my music in a way that you can. What's really going to help is when you show your friends. It's going to really help if you're at your friend's house on Spotify and they're running the playlist and you say, oh, I want to show you some crypto music. It's right here on Spotify. It's like, if they got to go in their OpenSea wallet and play it, how are you going to get that effect? How's a DJ going to download it online? It's not about making it hard to download my music. It's about letting the people who believe in my music have something of value connected to my music, right? So we got to get that conversation out of the way first. But once you understand that, it's like, okay, cool, I get it. I see why people want a music NFT. They're going to benefit if I blow up in the future. So how do I make my NFT? And so there's basically 5 things that are important. Mm-hmm. Number 1 is the visuals. And this isn't in any particular order, I would say probably the most important thing is the music, but I was just spewing off ideas from my Twitter thread. But the order I have them in on my Twitter thread is number 1, visuals, number 2, music, number 3, rarity, number 4, utility, and number 5, pricing. And then I also say something about money deeper in there. But here's where it goes through. So I do visuals first because everyone always asks, about visuals and NFTs. And so you really do need visuals with your NFTs. And the reason for that is we've seen a lot of these collectibles blow up and have visuals. And you have to think about a collectible album like a vinyl, it comes with visuals. Like visuals are very well ingrained in music. So don't think of it as anything different than what you're already doing. You had to get an album cover made. And now maybe you have to get that animated or do something cool with it or put music to it. There's a lot of different things you can do creatively, but you're just selling a digital version of that same album or vinyl. So you would have had to get artwork, whether you're selling as NFT or whether you're distributing to Spotify or Apple. So music. And why I say music is, of course, the music is the most important thing. The music is what your NFT is based on. But I just like to say, release those songs like normal, Apple, Spotify, YouTube. I just want to clarify that. Put it out there, distribute your music. Use something like DistroKid or Too Lost. Too Lost is a kind of a smaller distributor that I use, but I know the people that run it personally. But it works a lot like DistroKid, where you can put out unlimited tracks and you just pay a small monthly fee. So whatever you want to use, just have your music out there for everyone to access. And so then we also have rarity. Rarity is really important. It's basically you want to have different tiers of your NFT. So there's different ways you can go about that. But in my model, I just have rare NFTs, which are one of ones based on a single. And then I might have the less rare NFTs work like this. So you've got 1 of 10, which is based on my old classic album cover. And then the main deluxe album cover has a 1 of 100 collection. So as you can see, the rare pieces are actually connected to a song. So they're based on a single, whereas the less rare pieces are still pretty rare with only 100 of them, but they're connected at the album level. So it's pretty cool. Like you just have to realize that these collectibles represent a connection to the album. It's not like you have to listen to the album through this NFT. You can go ahead and use the NFT to download the album as an MP3 and feel free to burn a CD to play in your old CD player, or feel free to use them for a DJ mix, or feel free to put them on your MP3 player. But I don't know anyone who has an MP3 player anymore. Most people I know would rather just listen on Spotify or Apple Music, right? So the vision to me is like you're giving them a cool collectible. If they want to show someone the collectible, they should probably go on my YouTube and go to my YouTube album playlist where you can watch every single song in full with the collectible, and you can do it from any device without any special anything, right? So if you own the collectible, you would probably just go on my YouTube and watch it, right? Like that makes sense to me. I don't know if that makes sense to everyone else, but to me, that's how I see this going, at least in the meantime. But as that changes, I'll certainly make my stuff available wherever it makes sense.
Right.
I'm not set on any one particular place. But right, we're delivering the music in as many places as possible. So the last two, so we have utility, right? So utility is really about connecting things to the real world. So you want to make these NFTs connected to what you do as an artist. So for me, that's like doing real world events. So my VIP NFTs are an all access pass to my shows and the real world events I do. They also give you physical merch. I've been making merch like this hat I have on now. You got Crypto Rich hat. Just dope merch. It's simple. It's cool. I've been doing this for years, and I offer the merch with my NFT. So when the first merch airdrop comes, you're going to get credits from my Shopify website. It's nothing overly complicated. I just want you to be able to choose. I have a ton of stuff. I have shirts. I got hats. I mean, some of it's back there. I have a bunch of stuff here. And I've sold some merch, not a ton. I've ordered a lot of it myself. I've prototyped everything. Like only the good stuff is available on my site. Like the merch I make is really high quality. And so through my NFTs, people might get like $100 credit, go pick up a few items and get it for free delivered to your house. So it's just about adding stuff like that. And like I said, I'm going to do a physical collectible vinyl. I haven't gotten all the info about that, but I know there's a few ways you can get a vinyl pressed, and that will come with the NFT that you own. So there's different versions too. Like if you have the Crypto Rich Classic cover, I'll probably deliver that one, right? Whereas as you have a single, I might be able to deliver the single as a vinyl press. I just have to see if it makes sense.
Right.
But at the very least, all of those holders can get the big Crypto Rich press, the deluxe album, the 1 of 100, right? So I'm not sure. We'll have to see if economically like it makes sense. But I think I should be able to get the singles printed, but we'll see. I have to finish the partnership with the vinyl pressing company. Anyway, you see, it's a process here of making partnerships, doing real world things. Like I'm running a business here and connecting it to the NFT. But this is something that was natural for me. And I just see it as bringing a lot of value to my people. And hopefully they'll also be able to sell these NFTs in the future. I mean, people are already selling them now. I didn't even talk about my trading cards yet. There's just so much to talk about. But as a part of my NFTs, you also get trading card airdrop, which is another NFT airdrop. So I already did this NFT airdrop. It was just my first one. There's going to be a lot more in the future. But everybody got these trading cards, and so they're already trading on the secondary market, and people are still able to mint them. There's some available for 0 Ethereum. But these are one of the first trading cards based on music that I've ever seen. So you can basically own one of these trading cards. Like you said, we did mention that you picked one up, which was awesome. But, the idea here is to break down some smaller pieces so that everybody can own a little piece of the album. So just like it was inspired by Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or baseball cards, right? It's just something small that you can own and be connected to the game, or in this case, connected to the music. And there's different ones. So there's a rare one that's gold and an even more rare one that's platinum, just like the RIAA certification. So you've got the gold and the platinum, and hopefully when Crypto Rich goes gold and Crypto Rich goes platinum, those cards will really have a story connected to them. But for now, people are buying them, trading them, collecting them on the secondary market. And we've really seen the gold ones have a lot of trading activity, but the platinum ones as well. People bought up the platinums, and that's at like 1 Ethereum now. And so we'll see if anyone buys it for that price, because it minted a lot cheaper than that. But the idea is to bring value to my community. And of course, I also get royalties when they trade. So I get 10% of whatever profits my community makes off these NFTs. And it comes back to me to fund all of my music and more NFTs in the future.
That is incredibly smart. And any artist, or really, I know we're focused on music, but anyone who has business or some kind of value in listening to this or watching this, like, definitely need to pay attention.
Like, man, there's a lot we can do. I mean, it doesn't matter what type of business you have. I think there's a way to tap into NFTs. And ultimately, what you're doing is you're giving people a little piece of your business, right? And not of the ownership. Don't think of it as ownership. It's an artwork. It's an artwork. It's a little fun collectible. It's in some ways you could even compare it to like, I don't know, this is funny, but you go to like McDonald's and the kids get the little toys. What's the idea there? that little toy is going to make that kid think about McDonald's, and they're going to go back to their parents every time and say, can I get a Happy Meal? And so
Yeah.
whenever someone sees that crypto rich collectible in their wallet, they're going to go, oh, I want to stream crypto rich. All right. Or if it can be you run an ice cream shop and you want to do collectibles of ice creams. And then every time someone sees that ice cream in their NFT wallet, they're going to think, oh, I want to go get ice cream from that place, because if I support their business, that's also going to be better for my NFT. But on another level, it's just kind of the subliminal, like, oh, that's the ice cream and I like their ice cream, so I'm going to, whatever it is, ice cream, music, whatever your product is, I think you can find a way to tap into NFTs.
Absolutely.
Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages. Come and tap into the world of the Freedom Community. Do you love having conversations with other like-minded people? Then the Freedom Family Community is great for you. Visit steveryan.com today.
Yeah, and the biggest thing that I see that you're doing that I really, really love, especially being a business person too, is you're looking for ways to serve the community. Even though you're running a business and you're wanting to find a way to make things work financially too with yourself, you're still looking out for people. And that's the new motto now. That before now, even 5-10 years ago, everything was more self-centered based, all these companies, but people are tired of that. You can tell people want value. People want, artists and businesses to give them value in their lives.
Yeah, 100%. And so this gets on to a good point, which I like to drive home, which is that crypto rich isn't just music for people who got crypto rich. It's not just music about being rich or something like that. This album is about let's get crypto rich together. The NFTs, like, let's get crypto rich together. I'm trying to make my community crypto rich with me. So that's the whole idea with this NFT. It's really something special that I've created here. And also, the other thing is that I've been doing charitable organizations for a long time. I work with Pink Lemonade Stand Challenge, which is something that was started by my mom and my sister a few years back. And so it supports breast cancer awareness. We work with the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And this is something that I'm passionate about, that I've been helping out with for a long time. We've been on the Today Show, which was really cool. We've had some interesting stuff happen right now. They're actually doing a Pink Lemonade Stand Challenge campaign for Breast Cancer Awareness Month with Vineyard Vines, which is a pretty big clothing store. So we're trying to really bring awareness to breast cancer, and that's something I support with my Instagram. You can go see some of what I've done over there. So people might not know this about me, and they might even get the wrong idea when they see Crypto Rich. But I do have a history. I've been doing stuff like this for a while. So, especially in the NFT space, when people see me for the first time, they might not know what I've done and my past and the things that I've built. So I like to talk about this so that people can go look at the right things and go see on my Instagram what I've done in the past and what I've supported, because at the end of the day, I want to take this value that I get NFTs and make awesome things in the world and give value back to the community and back to causes that I like to support. I'm already buying music NFTs, and I'm not even well funded myself, but I buy music NFTs to not only to support artists, but because I know that the way that you also make money is buying in on things early and supporting someone early. So when I see good music NFTs, I'm buying that, even if it's kind of expensive, or if I feel like, I haven't gotten enough funding yet for myself. I know that by buying into NFTs and helping build this community, that I'll actually make more long term. And this is something I've been doing for a long time with cryptocurrency. I've been in cryptocurrency for 5 years now, so I understand these things. Sometimes you have to get in early on something and believe in it and support it for a little while, but it can pay off big if you get in on the right opportunity.
Absolutely. And and every time I've seen you say something, or you talking about success and things, notice one of the things I always say is you took that chance.
Yeah, 100%. You gotta take a risk. You gotta risk it for the biscuit, man.
That's right. So
100%.
that's what's up. That's pretty cool. And really, like, with this whole NFT world, I feel like a lot of people still find it scary. I'm just hearing like certain comments about it. And, I think when they can find someone like you and like me who they know. They can get to know us through our work. They can get to know us through things we're doing for the community already. That provides this bridge to where it's like, oh, it's not so scary. So that
Exactly.
silver trading card that you had, that's perfect because now it makes me more comfortable to, okay, you know what? I want to get his VIP one. You know what I mean? It's more comfortable because now I've gone through the process.
100%. And we really need to bridge that gap. So it doesn't matter what point you're at in your journey. And that's also what I tried to do with Crypto Rich is I wanted to make an album that anyone could just pull up and listen to and experience some of this and start to learn crypto. And it's cool because when you listen to the album, I think you'll find it's just dope music that you can vibe to and enjoy, and it's hype and it's fun, but it low key teaches you about crypto. It's like subliminal messaging. And after you really listen to those lyrics more, you'll start to see some of what I'm saying. But what's also cool is if you don't know the first thing about crypto, you're never going to understand the references that I'm making to crypto. So you kind of got to clue into the crypto space and learn more of the lingo, and then you'll start to learn more about the album, right? So I think it has those layers to it too, where it's something that's relatable to the average hip hop audience because it's dope and you can understand most of what I'm saying. But it's kind of filled with all of these different crypto references and stuff about this space. I made the album mostly before I was even involved in NFTs at all. So I talk a lot about Bitcoin and Ethereum and crypto and blockchain, but I hadn't been talking a lot about NFTs on that album. So you know what's coming in the future, obviously, but now we have NFTs based on the album. So it still really makes sense for an NFT album. And it was the first ever crypto rap album. So when I released Crypto Rich in 2019, it was the first crypto album ever published. Other people have put out maybe singles called Bitcoin or stuff like that, but nobody had put out a full album project. And so now it's the top streamed crypto album. It has just over 2 million now on Spotify and a lot of views in other places as well. So it's looking like Crypto Rich is on course to be the top crypto hip hop album. And that's what I'm pushing for. Maybe it'll be the first registered gold and platinum crypto title. That's what I'm hoping for. Some crypto themed music entering the hip hop space for real, because that's going to help people see what's going on here. And then they come to crypto and they learn from crypto and they come back to the music and they say, oh, here's the things that are in the music that I didn't even know. And this music's teaching me about crypto. My music, I think one day in the future, people are going to look back at my music and say, damn, like Dill's music is a code. It's like a secret code for how to get rich in crypto. Like literally, like that's what I'm trying to make here. Like something where people look back at the art and go, wow, this guy was telling us the code through his rap. This hip hop album was a secret code to how to make it in crypto. That's what I'm creating here.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the fact that, all people have to do is just listen and learn. I mean, you're making it easy. It's like on a silver platter.
Yeah, I mean, I hope people enjoy it and get the message too. But it's like, pull it up on SoundCloud, pull it up on YouTube. You can pull it up on Instagram Music. Like it's everywhere. Just listen to the music. And once you get it, you'll get it. And then you show your friends and you don't even say much. You just say, yo, listen to this album, just like you show them other music. You just say, listen to this album. You don't have to try to sell them on Bitcoin and with a whole paragraph anymore. You just say, listen to the Bitcoin song right here by Dyl, learn something. Right. And then let them ask you a question about it. Just send them the album and say, look, this guy's rapping about crypto. It's the guy who made the Jordan Belfort song and they did like 200 million streams. What the hell is this guy up to now rapping about crypto? That's what people think, but it's an interesting story. I think it'll play out in the long term that people are really interested in all that, because I've seen that happen before. Nobody was interested in the Jordan Belfort song for the first year or 2 years. Nobody. Like it didn't hit that audience. But then when it did hit that audience, it hit hard. And the crypto music needs to find its audience too, and sometimes the audience needs to find you. So it's like, we all live in this collective conscious. And right now, NFTs and music are starting to grow. the idea of all this is starting to grow. And so when it gets to the critical mass, it'll just explode, and people will realize that crypto rich is this secret code, and that the NFTs for crypto rich are one of the dopest music NFTs that come with all these functions and real world capability, but also the connection to a dope original historical crypto album that came out as the first crypto rap that was ever released.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of information.
Dude,
So
I gotta just put it out there, and they can play this back, and they might have to listen a couple times, but I
yeah,
just hope that people are able to use this information to help them design their NFTs or help them inform their collections and pick out the right NFTs. You know, it's like I've got the right ideas here in some ways. I think it's really going to work well for my project, but anybody can do NFTs their own way. You know, we just created a platform here where people can use NFTs to sell their music. So there's a lot of different ideas that can work. But if you're an artist with a catalog of music out there and you want to get funding and you want to grow your music, then I suggest you check out my model and see what I'm doing. It's at itslit.org/NFT. And you can go on my Twitter and see that there in my bio. Go to the link in the middle, itslit.org/NFT. And that tells you an overview of everything about my NFTs.
so it's itslit.org/NFT.
Yep, that's right.
For those of you watching, is right on the screen now. And for those of you listening, it's itslit.org, and just click on NFT. You know, that way is less to remember.
Yep.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages. Do you ever look for certain services or products and it's just hard to find and you want to know if someone else has used that before? Well, visit my resources page, steveryan.com/resources, steveryan.com/resources.
All right. We're back from commercial break. All right. So basically, like now, you know, for people who know you, they're gonna love this, and for people who don't know you, now they will know you.
Yeah.
So, you know, so my biggest thing, like as someone getting started, what is your suggestion? Like I know one, OpenSeas. Are you on anything else, or is OpenSeas like your main one or only one?
So I use Rarible as well. I have a 1 of 100 collection available on Rarible, and it's also available on OpenSea. They're two separate collections, so 200 NFTs total. But I recommend people go on OpenSea. It's the biggest one right now. People can also go buy the NFT on Rarible. It does the same functionality, but I see OpenSea as the leader because they have a huge secondary market. And I really want people to be able to buy and sell these NFTs and trade them for the long term. So that's really my goal and why I recommend OpenSea.
Oh, because if they buy it on OpenSea, they can't sell it on Rarible.
No, they actually can, but I think some of the ways that OpenSea works is really great, like their leaderboards and the amount of volume they do. So if you get a collection that does really well on OpenSea, I think you're in a great position. And still, people might buy and sell stuff over on Rarible, but OpenSea seems to be where you can really go viral for NFTs.
Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages. Do you ever look for certain services or products and it's just hard to find and you want to know if someone else has used that before? Well, visit my resources page, steveryan.com/resources, steveryan.com/resources.
So the Bored Ape Yacht Club is the name of an NFT collection. They're a profile picture project, also known as PFP. So you have to get a couple of words down here. You've got the Bored Ape Yacht Club, which is the brand, the collection. That's the name of the collection. And then it is a type of NFT called a PFP, meaning profile picture project. The main thing to know about PFPs is that they're all like a picture of a animal or a guy or a girl or some type of thing, of collectible image that people then use as their profile picture on Twitter or on other social media sites. So that's what CryptoPunks are. CryptoPunks were basically the first and best example of a PFP, a profile picture project. The CryptoPunks are these pixelated little pictures that exist on the blockchain, and they're very valuable, worth like hundreds of Ethereum and millions of dollars. Bored Ape Yacht Club is the number 2 biggest PFP project. So Bored Ape Yacht Club is a bunch of these crazy looking apes, gorillas, monkeys. They have all types of crazy designs with them. Everyone is unique and different, and there's 10,000 of them. So these are 2 different projects that are PFPs with 10,000 different profile pictures in each. So it's really interesting. It's like a collectible artwork, and it's kind of like you have one giant artwork with 10,000 owners, and they can all trade those little artworks around. So it's basically a collectible artwork, and then all of those people communicate with each other and talk on Twitter. And there's a lot of value. Right now, I think a Bored Ape costs $100,000 or more, maybe $150,000, and a CryptoPunk costs $300,000 or $400,000 right now.
Wow. And it's all because they took that, chance and got it started with the community.
Yeah,
and
that's it.
And what I want to show you all now, and I'll describe it to the ones that are listening, but it's lit.org.
Yep.
I have it on the screen right now. And, you have Dyl's signature right there. You have NFT. You got his music and bio and stuff. But when we're on the NFT, because that's what we're talking about, like, it's just well put together. I mean,
right. You scroll down, you see all the different stuff, the utility, and this is where it gets interesting, right? So it just tells you all the different things that are offered, the rarity, how do you know which ones to buy and which ones are rare? The program features, what are you getting? Like if you click on right there at the top, VIP event history, if you see it's at the top bullet, it's at the, no, not quite that high up, at the top of the bullet list. So it's down a little further. If you go to the bullet list of VIP features, keep going down. VIP program features. So the meet and greets, you can see that there's a VIP event history there. It's at the first bullet point. And that shows you all the different shows that I've done with links to them. And if you look at some of the other links there, you'll see all the other things as well.
Wow. And tell them about what happened last weekend in Nashville when you was at the birthday party.
Yeah, well, I was at Nashville for a birthday party, and I basically got a chance to perform at a legendary bar there called Nudies. I actually heard them playing my song across the street, and the next day I DM'd them on Instagram, and I did a pop-up show. A few of my collectors came out. I got them in with the NFT and got to hang out with them and bought them some drinks and just had a great time, right? It's about facilitating those real world experiences and making shows and stuff like that for my collectors. So it's really awesome to have this community of people that come and support me and that feel connected to the project. And I'm also providing them with a unique experience for owning the collectible.
Wow. And for those of you who are watching, we're now going to his OpenSea site. And just so that, and then we'll describe it too for those who are listening to the podcast as well. But I mean, it's well organized. He has his trading cards. It's like fire all around them while they're spinning around. And they remind you of like baseball cards, when people used to trade the baseball cards, but they're just crypto. And so when
like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh as well. I mean, I was into Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh as a kid, so I was kind of inspired by that. But of course, the baseball cards and so it's like different groups, different types of people can actually understand this concept because maybe they were into baseball cards and collecting that way, and now they can see how it applies to music.
So when somebody clicks on one, I just went to one where a cartoon version of you is sitting at a desk in Crypto Rich, and it says current price 0.5 Ethereum. What does that mean? Like if somebody's looking at this page, how would you describe what they're buying?
So they're buying all of those features you were just looking at on the other page. So scroll down and look at the description. The And so when you read the description, you see Crypto Rich collectible album cover, 1 of 10, includes the lifetime VIP program. And you can see the details at itslit.org/NFT. And then you open the information about the album. And so you can see there some more information as well. But this,
so this is a VIP card?
That's correct. That's a VIP. The cards are not VIP.
Okay.
The cards include none of the features listed under VIP. That's why you got to look closely at the website and learn about how all of it works. But the VIP, and you can see that on the first section under rarity. It describes which ones include the VIP versus which ones don't. But the collectible trading cards are just something fun so that people can own a small piece of the album without paying the price to get a VIP collectible.
I got you. Now this is making sense. So basically, if somebody just goes to itslit.org and click on NFT, it'll take you right to his OpenSeas page. And really, for those of you listening, today is more for like an introduction, just to get everybody introduced to what this is. But we are going to have some future episodes to where we're going to actually break this stuff down and get into more details. I mean, it's going to be a lot coming up. And pretty much it's as simple as going on here and reading, you know what I mean? And just really going through it like any other normal platform, like a eBay or Walmart or wherever. You just go on there, you just see what's going on. This is totally cool. You're opening.
You got to learn about the ecosystem. So every NFT probably has a website with information about how the NFT works, and then a market where you purchase that, whether that's OpenSea or Rarible or one of the other sites, right? So you have to know about the website where you find the information, and the market where you go to purchase it, and then the other thing you know about is the community. So there's also probably a Discord community or a place where all the collectors of that item are going to talk. Most of that's on Discord or Telegram right now. So every NFT, I would say the 3 big pieces are the website, the OpenSea, and the Discord. For mine, that's how it works. So you go to the website to learn the basics. You go to the OpenSea to make a purchase and see the items and browse the store. And then you go to the Discord when you want to either learn more, ask questions, or connect with your item to the community. Because when you have one of these NFTs, you can go in the Discord and connect it and then get special access to this networking community, right? So this is the Dilluminati website where you connect to the Discord. This is a crypto music and NFT networking community. So we're helping everybody grow on social media and learn about music NFTs and get their music out there, you know? This is the future of having a team and a record label. It's just having a community and collectors.
Wow. So off the topic question, where did you come up with the name Dilluminati?
Well, it's
besides the obvious deal in Illuminati.
That's it, bro. Some of the best ideas are simple.
That's what's up. We're going to take a short commercial break and we'll be right back. Fired Up Friday.
Fired Up Freedom will be right back after these messages. Come and tap into the world of the Freedom Community. Do you love having conversations with other like-minded people? Then the Freedom Family Community is great for you. Visit steveryan.com today.
All right, well said.
Oh yeah, let's get it, man.
Well, this wraps it up for Fired Up Friday. All right.
Hell yeah. Whoa now, crypto rich.
All right.
Running from myself at times I can't describe the words I try, the fear